Yo, what's going on, guys? And today I want to talk about the Indiana Pacers. And for me, I think the Pacers have actually done a pretty respectable job. And for me, yes, they're going through a rebuild, but it's almost like they're rebuilding, but they're being smart about it in a similar fashion to, I guess you could, I don't think they're going to ever fully tank because a lot of Pacer fans have explained that and I know this already, when you're a mid-market to a small market team, you can't really tank because you financially you can't. So, and I know the league is rich enough to a point that it doesn't really matter, but still it does matter. So I want to hear your thoughts down below. What do you guys think of some of the moves? And let's get right into it and let's talk about some of the moves that they did make. So it all started with the free agents that one will say they lost: TJ Warren, Gabe York, Lance Stevenson, Jalen Smith, Ricky Rubio, Nate Hinton. Then they brought back Jalen Smith on a deal. And I think it was interesting to see also some of the trades they made and deals that they made. But basically, their only free agent they really brought back was Jalen Smith. There's been rumblings that Lance Stevenson might come back, but I think every day passes, it seems less likely. But as we look at that, they went on and drafted Bennedict Mathurin, brought back Stick Smith, which we all agree was needed. Stick Smith is a menace and an underrated player, in my opinion. They traded Brogdon in exchange for a conditional 2023 first-round pick and a trade exception. They got Malik Fitz, Juwan Morgan, Aaron Nesmith, Nick Stauskas, and Daniel Tice, but immediately placed Dwayne Washington Jr., Nick Stauskas, Juwan Morgan, and Malik Fitz all on waivers, renounced the free exception rights to Lance Stevenson, Gabe York, and Nate Hinton, offered a contract to DeAndre Ayton, and then that got matched. And then they actually restored free agent exception rights to Tyreke Evans, Gabe York, Lance Stevenson, and Nate Hinton, which is really interesting. And they signed Andrew Nembhard, which was awesome, which they needed. So I want to talk about this roster because currently it's interesting to see how it all plays out. Because for me, I think we see a team that has a mix of veterans and young guys. Because if you look at the vets on this team, Daniel Tice, TJ McConnell, Myles Turner, Buddy Hield. And then it goes young guys. You got Goga, O'Shea Brissett, Tyrese Halliburton, Aaron Nesmith, Jalen Smith, Chris Duarte, Isaiah Jackson, Terry Taylor, Bennedict Mathurin, and Andrew Nembhard. Now, if you look at those guys right there, that's like 10 guys. And I expect by the year's end, those to be the main 10 guys playing. Out of the vets, the only two vets I really see playing for the rest of the year, to be on the year for the entirety, I think Daniel Tice and TJ McConnell to teach and establish a culture. But I really see Turner and Hield being traded by the deadline. And look, the starting lineup to start the year is obviously going to be Tyrese Halliburton, Buddy Hield, probably Chris Duarte, O'Shea Brissett, or Jalen Smith at power forward, and then center Myles Turner with Daniel Tyson, Goga, and Isaiah Jackson backing up at center, and then O'Shea Brissett, Jalen Smith, and probably a little bit of Isaiah Jackson at power forward. Small forward, I expect it to be a combination of Chris Duarte, Bennedict Mathurin, Terry Taylor, and Aaron Nesmith at the wing position, which is both shooting guard and small forward in the modern NBA. Buddy Hield, Chris Duarte, Terry Taylor, Aaron Nesmith, and Bennedict Mathurin. I expect to start the year Buddy Hield and Chris Duarte, but I expect by the end of the year to be Bennedict Mathurin and Chris Duarte at the wing positions. And then at the point guard position, Tyrese Halliburton backed up by TJ McConnell with Andrew Nembhard right there behind him. I think it's, dude, I almost just threw my phone. I think it's definitely interesting. They also have Kendall Brown, who they drafted, and I very much like Kendall Brown, but I see Kendall Brown needing a year in the G League. Maybe he's in the right opportunity to get the playing time now. I just personally think that with the way that it looks, this is definitely, it's interesting to see how this roster will play out, because they have some good players in Buddy Hield and Myles Turner that I think need to be traded to allow the young guys to completely play. And even with the young guys, Tyrese Halliburton's already like arguably a top 15 point guard in the NBA. Okay, Chris Duarte is a starter on half the NBA teams in the league. Bennedict Mathurin was cooking. He was cooking with gas, and I very much enjoyed it. I thought he was a fantastic player, somebody that was quite enjoyable. And now, with every passing moments, I want to know your guys' thoughts. What do you guys think of this? And is there anybody I missed? But I think this team is probably like the 12th seed. You know, they're going to be stuck in between a full tank and basically a play-in team. Like, I think they're better than the tanking teams, but I think they're not necessarily as good as a play-in team. And I think that's they're caught in this limbo. So this is where I want to hear your thoughts down below. If you were them, what would you be looking to correct? Like, what do you think is the biggest problem with the Pacers right now? I think at the center position they're fine. Jalen Smith, Goga, Ian Jackson, and Daniel Tice, arguably, if you move on from Myles Turner, I think will help you enough. And then at the wings, I like the idea on paper, Aaron Nesmith backing up Chris Duarte and Bennedict Mathurin. In theory, like, I really, really like that. And I don't know, I think this whole situation is interesting as all hell, because people, I think, want to count out the Pacers, but I don't think they're as bad as a team that people are making them out to be. I still think, obviously, they're a lottery team. They still have things to work through, but I think they're closer to, you know, the 10th draft pick if we had to project where they would be in the lottery next year, than to the first pick. And maybe that's not what they want, but I think, first off, they've always been really good talent evaluators. So for me, I think that this whole situation is interesting. And it's been fun just to kind of just analyze and just see what potentially is going to happen. But that's where I want to hear your guys' thoughts. What do you guys think of this team? And there's my dog on cue. I gotta go take care of her. Goddamn. But yeah, no, we're milking this to 8 minutes. I also made a thumbnail for the NBA show, and it looks kind of fresh, so I gotta like share this link to myself. Also, I have an NBA show Monday through Friday, 9:30 Central Time, NFL channel. I gotta actually make a video today. I said that I was gonna do it yesterday, but did not do it, so gotta do it today.